Hello and welcome. Today I'm at this second National Agroecological Symposium that is organized by PELAM along with other partners including Biovision uh, Trusts and BVAT. There's so many implementing partners that have come together with PELAM to talk about agroecology and to host this symposium that is at the Institute of Monetary Studies here in Nairobi along Thika Road. So welcome and join me as I take us through a little bit briefly through the 13 agroecological principles, because I realize that some people have no idea what agroecology is or what the principles are. So these principles were developed by the high level panel of experts of food security and nutrition, which is a special body under the UN that researches and advises on global food security. And so they undertook this work under the Committee of World Food Security, which aligns and brings together the top experts to discuss matters on how to end hunger and improve nutrition. So a few years back, they came together and they met and discussed this, and at the end of this discussion, they had the 13 guiding principles that now shape how governments, NGOs, and farmers around the world think about sustainable food systems. So let's look at these principles. There are 13 of them, so I won't take very much time discussing each principle, but we will see how we'll go about it until we have a little bit more understanding about agroecology and the 13 agroecological principles. So come on and sit down, relax, take your popcorns if you need them, your notebook and pen, and let's get right into it. So the first one is on diversity. Diversity means you grow many different kinds of crops, and you keep or rear many different kinds of animals, and use different seeds. Like you collect the seeds that you have, you get seeds from other regions and try them in your region. You protect the soils, and in so doing, you protect the landscape, and you also reduce the risks that are associated with climate change, as well as building resilience. So that is diversity. We have co-creation and knowledge sharing. Like this symposium is basically a platform for people, experts in different agroecological sectors, to come together, policymakers, implementers, farmers, researchers, people who are serving in the county government, the national government. They are coming together to respect or show or acknowledge that farmers have different knowledge. These different stakeholders have knowledge in different categories or different levels, and so we share this knowledge, we share the indigenous practices that relate to agroecology, and we blend it together with science. So we're looking for evidence-based science and impact, evidence-based impact. When some of these projects have been implemented, what has been the impact that has been seen? So number 3, we're looking at synergies. So synergies is just making sure that every person, every organization, every implementing partner is working together with everyone else. For example, this also extends to the farm. So if we look at what we're doing at the farm level, or what the farmers are doing to incorporate these agroecological principles, someone is raising black soldier fly larvae and using that to feed either the chicken or to feed the rabbits, and they are also doing they are using the shells of this, or the compost. They are using this to compost food waste, and then that droppings or the waste of this larvae is incorporated back into the farm, thereby enriching the soil. So number 4, let's look at efficiency. How efficient is this system that we are advocating for? Agroecology, how efficient are the systems that we are advocating for? We also look at what local resources can be used in a smart way to reduce dependence on expensive fertilizers and chemicals. So before, the conventional way of doing things, we depend heavily on conventional or expensive fertilizers and farm inputs, chemicals, pesticides, fertilizers and so forth. So we want to make it efficient by using locally available resources. Number 5 is now that we are trying to recycle, making sure that nothing goes to waste, from plant leftovers that can be used to make compost, or using manure to feed crops, harvesting rainwater and using it to irrigate your land. We're trying to recycle and make sure that everything is efficiently used. Number 6, resilience. Resilience in designing these systems such that we are able to go through seasons of droughts. So if we have, like right now, it's raining in some parts of the country here in Kenya, and so we are collecting rainwater and using it to survive through dry periods or dry spells or droughts. And then also, if we have floods, we are managing this flood water, collecting it in dams and reservoirs to make sure we are able to use it beyond the period of flooding. Another thing that we are trying to be resilient with is price shocks, just making sure that when we have oversupply of resources or food products, we are able to store them in a way that we will use those things even when we're having a problem with food production from agroecological systems. Number 7 is that we are trying to look at the human and social values. For example, we are prioritizing farmer dignity. We are trying to have fair pay for farmers because we know farmers in Kenya are the most underpaid, and yet they are the most hardworking individuals we have in our country. So we are trying to make sure there is equality in pay as well as gender equality. So both male and female, we are incorporating everyone. Also, we're not looking at age. We know right now that the average age of a farmer, especially in the rural areas, is around 70 to 71 years. But we're trying to bring also the youth so that they get involved and they get to understand what is all this about agroecology. Number 8, we're looking at culture and traditions, especially where we might have restrictive cultures or traditions. We're trying to look at that and trying to respect them, as well as revive local foods and culinary traditions. This one way of we're doing this is by encouraging counties and organizations to have these cultural feasts or events where we are trying to celebrate our food, our traditions, and our culinary dishes. We also now move on to number 9, where we're looking at responsible governance. And I'm so glad that today here we had government representatives from the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock. We had people from the industry dealing with water and irrigation. So yeah, we are involving the government and also encouraging our leaders to take up responsible governance to make sure that government's decisions or governance decisions are made in discussion with the communities, in discussion with the people who are involved, be it the farmers or the policymakers. There is a continuous discussion that is making sure that everything is transparent and fair. Number 10, we're looking at circular and solidarity economy. That's where we are supporting local businesses. We have business hubs that are working with young researchers, young students who are developing food products that are from, they have an agroecological aspects. We are also encouraging people to come out and collect seeds and plant tree nurseries, seed banks. All this is to ensure fair trade and to make sure that the wealth is circulating locally. There is resources circulating locally. Number 11, we have only 3 to go, so tune in. Be keen, we are on number 11, land and resource rights. So what do I mean? We're making sure that farmers, or agroecology tries to make sure that farmers have access to land and as well as ownership to land, seeds and water. Those are the most important things: soil or land, seeds and water. If you have those are the main resources that you need for agroecology and for it to be sustainable and resilient, and to ensure that we are empowering the socio-economic status of those people who are involved in agroecology, be they women, youth or men, people with disability. Inclusivity is key and very important when we talk about agroecology. So number 12, we have not forgotten the animals. So there's animal welfare, because animals give us manure. They're the ones consuming some of the food or products that we are growing, and so we're trying to make sure there's animal welfare. We're treating animals ethically and keeping them healthy as naturally as possible. This involves something like using bio ingredients for deworming animals. This is something that is already being implemented in Murang'a by OCAC, which is an organization that is dealing with organic farming and training in Murang'a County, Kiambu County, and all across Kenya and even beyond. So if you want to reach out for training, you can always talk to us. Number 14. Sorry, is it 14 or 13? Are you keen enough? It's number 13. Because I said we only have 13 principles. So I wanted to hook you in to see that you're still here with me as we look at the 13th principle. So bear with me, all right? Connectivity. The whole reason why we have this symposium is for connectivity, for networking between one organization and the other, between a farmer and certain organization, certain implementers, certain policy makers. We're trying to make sure that everyone is learning from the other, because we have a lot of local knowledge, we have a lot of information that we have not implemented. So we are trying to make sure as much as possible we are connecting with each other. No one is working in a cocoon. Everyone is interconnected, and in so doing, markets are connecting producers to consumers. So if you're there and you're trying to learn more about agroecology, this is the place to be at. Click on that subscribe button, click on the like button, share this video with someone who might not know anything about agroecology, so that by the next time you see me here, you will also be informed, you will also be knowledgeable when it comes to agroecology. So stay tuned, tomorrow we'll continue with these lessons. See you on our next video. Bye. Oh.